Hey everyone, how are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I'm going to be conducting an energy reading, a reading for the collective. So please be advised to take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So guys, if you can see some sort of movements, I'm wearing a sparkly bracelet and the sun is currently shining through my window. So don't worry, they're not orbs or anything like that. All right, so before I begin, there has been a massive shift of energy that took place overnight. And I'm going to share an image of the Schuman Resonance with you guys. This was between the small wee hours of May 2nd. So from yesterday, May 1st, going into today, this morning, May 2nd, there has been a massive shift. And before the reading came through for the 2nd of May, yesterday I could see that in the sort of daytime, and I looked at the chart, I could see that there was going to be something huge that was coming in. And I said out loud to myself, there's going to be another massive a surge of energy coming through. And but what I can see, that has actually happened. And some of you guys, depending on where you are in the world, may have experienced some intense, insane, vivid dreams. You may be feeling, as you wake up, really sort of like woozy, weary and stuff like that. So please hydrate and ground yourself. What I also feel is that we also experienced another massive shift during the time of when we would have been sleeping. But again, it just literally depends on where you are in the world. So you may be feeling really kind of like strong intuition that's coming through, very, again, the dreams that really feel very real, or they can even be premonitions as well. So I would advise you to take note of your dreams, journal them down. Anything that really strongly sticks out to you during the day, take note of it. Really attune to nature right now. This is really important because it's not just us that's affected, it's everything, definitely. And obviously nature is obviously getting affected too. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to share this with you right now. So you can pause the reading, you can pause the video, you can screenshot it, or even if you have the app, you can go onto Google, or I think it might be on the iPhone, Apple, and you can download it and keep abreast of like the unfolding events coming through for the Schuman Resonance, and that's going to give you sort of like an indication of what's going on. And I just saw 333 on the clock, so this is really significant. So guys, let's get stuck in and just see what the energy is like for us right now. Please do take what resonates in this reading. Leave the rest behind. So guys, I'm just going to shuffle the deck. Okay, more shuffling, and make sure we get to see what we can, what's unfolding, and what does this mean for the collective right now on the strongest, highest possible timeline. I really do feel that we have shifted onto an even higher timeline. All right, so let's see what we've got. We have got the Three of Wands in the upright position. This is definitely about preparation, getting ready. Definitely getting ready. The next card that we've got is the Hanged Man in reverse. So whatever was keeping you stuck, has no longer, like, you've shifted out of stagnation. We've got the Star card in reverse, so the stagnation of feeling really hopeless and down. You're turning your back on those sort of feelings, those emotions, those energies are false. They're there to just keep you in a very low vibration frequency, but that has been, yeah, you've got the, so I'm just trying to catch my breath because I had an intense dream a while ago, and I'm still sort of like getting my head around it. The Fool card in upright position, there's a strong element of a new beginning. And what's interesting is the yellow on the Fool card. And if you notice the strong sort of colors of the Schuman Resonance map, the yellow, that's really powerful here. The next card that we have got is the 10 of Discs in the reverse. So I feel that whatever was trying to keep your abundance stagnant with the Hanged Man, and then the feeling of like hopelessness, oh, it's never going to happen, I'm never going to get out of it, there has been a massive shift. So now you're able to move forward, and the Three of Wands being the first card of the spread, and it's the strongest. This is really telling now of some crazy ass preparation, really strong energy. It's as if you're being pushed forward by the universe to go after what it is that you desire the most. You want the 10 of Pentacles. You want to be able to live in hope and, joyfulness and celebration. It's yours. Underneath the bottom of the deck, we have got the Queen of Cups in reverse, a feeling of, stress, frustration, anger, not being able to connect properly with your special gifts, all of that was being held by the Hanged Man is now, you're free to go. You're free to leave. You're free to leave. And this card wanted to pop out. Okay, so a choice has been made. I was literally just going to say that we're going to just sort of expand on this reading. So we've got the Lovers card in the upright position. We have got, wow, we've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse with the Emperor. You're free to take control of your life now, because you've gone through a barrier that was almost impossible to get over, but you, with the strength that you have within you already, it's almost as if it was in your DNA, and that needed to be unlocked. You already made the decision and the choice to move forward, and now you're free to leave, you're free to go. The Hanged Man, the old beast system that would have kept you, entangled in its false laws and systems, can no longer hold you back. And there's quite a few major arcanas at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas already. 5 is all about changes. Let's see what the Hanged Man was about, please. Yeah, that you couldn't escape. You couldn't escape. That's what it was trying to do. Stop you from having your new beginning. But as I said, this energy surge last night, I mean, I'm still shaking. It's really, I'm trying to sort of like stay, grounded and stuff. I think I need to do more shielding. And fasting. I've been fasting for the past 2 days. So, and at 6 o'clock in the evening, I'll have something to eat. I'm just making sure I'm keeping myself hydrated throughout the day. And I'm already feeling a lot lighter within myself. More clarity, more visions coming through. This is just for myself, obviously not for, the collective, but everybody has an individual experience with this energy surge, all right? So it's really important. So just because I may be going through this and you're not yet, or you may still be in this energy, it doesn't mean that that's going to be for you only, forever and ever. If you've already made that choice and you're putting in the work, because you have to put in the work, you can't just sit there and say, well, I want to be free and do nothing. You have to take action. That's the way how you're going to be able to manifest your new beginnings, whatever it is that you want to desire. We have got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, so this is what I'm saying. Lots of major arcanas here. So this is a really big deal. This is a really, a big deal. Tell me about the Fool card, please. Okay, Okay, we've got 2 cards that fill out for the Fool card. We have got the 5 of Swords and celebration. Celebrations. I'm not saying that this is about being, carefree and oblivious or spiritually bypassing. You are aware of what was going on. And this is a choice that had to be made. Are you going to continue to live in mental conflict and mental control? Or are you going to step into the Emperor's energy and go for your freaking 3 of Cups? The choice is yours. And with the 10 of Discs being in the reverse, this is also about stepping out from old systems and old energy grids that try to, anchor you to its, for this, we've got this in the midway as I was speaking. But this has been halted, this has been blocked. The fears of not being able to get your 10 of Pentacles, that has been thwarted, that has been blocked. And the card underneath the bottom of the deck we have got is the 6 of Wands in reverse. So there was a feeling of no victory, of no overcoming. But even though this is in the reverse, I'm also picking up on the death of ego. The death of ego, because it's also the ego that can turn around and put those doubts into your head, to make you feel, oh no, but what if this is going to happen? What if that's going to happen? I'm never going to get this. And this is why you had the Star card in reverse, the 9 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords as well, the 5 of Swords. Again, I just said that. And then, the 6 of Wands being in reverse. This is really about a test of will. This is really strong spiritual battle that's been taking place. All right, so I'm just going to actually pull some cards from the Lemurian Star Child Oracle, and then we'll wrap up with the Inner Temple Oracle. But there's a few cards that actually want to come through to speak over this reading. Okay. Depths of love. Let go of fear. Jump into love. Let go beyond attachments. But you've already done this. This is if you have already done this, because I'm reading for a lot of people at the moment. So, this is letting go of the fears, the head games that this Luciferian beast system likes to play and control in people's consciousness. So make them feel little. But you have literally overcome those mental attacks. The next one that we've got, Divine Feminine, receive your birthright, unconditional love. Your birthright is your 10 of Pentacles. You have the right to this. You have the right to access this. But this is something that they will say, oh no, it's not going to work that way. It's going to be disaster. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. The old system is trying so hard to convince you to stay because it knows that it is nothing without you. The beast system is nothing without its victims. And it will just entangle itself into its own mess, because nobody will be there that they are looking for, that they need to be able to feed it. Your energy is too sacred for it. It's too high now. So whatever they're going to be saying is not really affecting you anymore. The next card that wants to speak. Peace beyond survival, peacemaker, through inner peace, resolving ancient splits. And this is what was preventing you as well from really reconnecting, reuniting with yourself. Okay? Working through this. And this is what I'm saying, like this is like the warrior mode type thing, of where this wasn't about just, saying, oh, I'm free and that's it. It's about taking necessary steps. So this could be a thing of clearing space in your home to release and those energies, saging your house, saging yourself, shielding yourself, whatever it is that you've been doing on a daily basis. If they are working on a daily basis to keep you captured, you have to in turn work on a daily basis to set yourself free. This is a constant, ongoing battle. The next card that wants to speak. And your language changes as well. Your language changes. We've got stabilization, physical integration, mental clearing. Okay, so this is what I'm saying again with this. You've got more with the Schuman resonance that came through. It's giving you more clarity. It's giving you more of a way of where you need to go. This card needs to speak. And we've got heart of ascension, expansion, love for all, playfulness. Release the past. Release the past. Underneath the bottom of the deck, we have got guidance, inner compass, support, trust your guidance. So wherever you are being led right now, within your inner self, within your guides, if this is you guiding yourself, or you are in connection with a spiritual guide or somebody upstairs that's guiding you through this storm, and you, through your heart and your mental capacity, which is in alignment, you trust it. If it makes your heart bloom and feels really warm and this feels safe to me, okay, again, you have to use discretion at all times, then this is what's going on. You're being guided through the storm. So don't worry about all of these illusions of fears that you're seeing, because it doesn't have any meaning. It never did. It was just, given up or given consent to it. Let's get this reading closed out. So we have got soul retrieval. I definitely feel this with regards to returning to yourself, the return, soul retrieval, soul alignment, soul recognition. The next card that wishes to speak, the scene, clarity, visions that you've been seeing, whether it's during the day. You may have a moment where you may feel almost like sleeping for a moment, and then it's almost as if you are transported somewhere else into another parallel reality, and everything is bright, everything is vibrant, everything is clean and clear. Okay, I've had episodes of that myself, and I'm very sure that some of you have as well. It may not have happened often, but when it did happen, it was very significant. It was very intense. And if you thought that you were the only one that happened to, no, you're not. You're not the only one, and you're not crazy. Okay, we've got chamber of surrender. So I feel that this was the willingness to, through that choice, to surrender all of those fears, surrender the past, let go, and just trust. You took a huge risk in order to do this, and it's paid off. The next card, I had you risked your imprisonment in exchange for your freedom. Definitely feel that. And we've got chamber of forgiveness. Again, this is something that the ego would want you to sort of not do, as a part of the fears of not forgiving. If you're in a situation of where, injustice was done against you, and, for others, it would have been easier for them to let go. If you were still in this moment of not being able to forgive, then, just please try to work on it, even if it's just 2 minutes a day, 1 minute a day, 30 seconds a day, and gradually build over time. Just be in that moment, feel that energy of forgiveness, release it and let it go, and get on with your day. But there's a commitment to doing this as well. And as I speak, I can feel, my solar plexus really burning at the moment, igniting. One more card. All right, and we have got freedom. You exchanged your imprisonment for freedom, in exchange for freedom. You risked it. Underneath the bottom of the deck, we have got chamber of power. And I'm not being funny, this to me just feels like straight up Schuman resonance. And I can't wait to see what the chart is going to reveal over the next few hours, because I don't know how long this is going to last for, but it feels as if it's going to be for quite a while. And the after effects, the aftermath, for what you would have been feeling, it's almost like it's resounding, it's echoing, it's all going around your system. So do exercises, even if it's light exercises or chair exercises, depending on, you know, your age and your physical abilities as well, not really about age. But if you can do this, mental clearing, getting rid of, you know, decluttering your emails, closing down some social media accounts or unsubscribing from certain people, even if they are a really cool person, but you don't agree with their content. It doesn't mean that, you know, you're sort of moving away from them in an angry way. You know, this is always about just staying in a very neutral, balanced, calm position and stance, because that is what's going to push you through as well. Okay, if you start feeling really fearful, oh my God, you're going to be hitting the edges, and you need to stay really, really, really centered here. Okay, it does feel like it's a huge deal, but it's doable. Nothing is impossible. All right. So this is what I've got for you guys. I hope that this has helped you out with your situation. If you can align with this, that's great. But yeah, take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys on the other side. Take care.